first concentration camps were established in 1933, the year that Adolf Hitler and his Nazi party came to power in their own right. Who was to know in the early stages of the Nazi regime that such crimes would be perpetrated against humanity? Hitler's vision of and promise for economic recovery gave the German people hope for a better future. However, his tyranny destroyed their faith.
I think, and this is for you people, I think what drags on people like us is the 6 million who died. Every time that you're truly unhappy about something and you wished you were dead, it seems to be as if you would have just been 6 million and one. We haven't gone through what happened later. Early in the war, no, early after the war, when the best people came. If I said I'd been in concentration camp, somebody would promptly want to see my number. But I was in the day before number. When I'm nowadays asked why they took me, I remember, looking back on it, I think stupid when two of them, one a friend and the other, as we later found out, a spy, when they asked that they wanted their mother informed about their imprisonment, and the Gestapo officer said that they haven't got time for that and the mothers would find out about it soon enough. I was stupid enough to say, well, don't worry about it, I'll let your mother know. And I think that was the trigger that made them say in the end, get a coat, and get a hanky, and take your handbag, and you are coming too. And Nick was always getting dressed one way or another, with a moustache and without a moustache, and with spectacles. And I didn't know at the time that he was actually working in the underground against the Nazis, round about 1934. And then, of course, by 1935, we were both in prison. Here we are. After breakfast, I was fetched from my cell by a sergeant. He led me down the stairs which I had gone up in the dark a week ago. He said to another officer who stood at the door with a police dog, "That's her." "Good morning, miss. I've to take you to Moringen. First we'll go to the station by tram, then we take a train to Nordheim. I can count on you not to cause any difficulties, I hope." He was so friendly and polite, and the dog whined softly with his tongue hanging out, that I patted it on the head, and I assured my attendant that I would not stop him from doing his duty. It was a pleasant trip. For the first time in long weeks, I walked through streets, used trams and trains, as in times. We arrived at Nordheim, where the officer told me that we would continue from there by bus to Moringen. It was a village or a small town. We did not have to go far. The sergeant stopped in front of a large stone building which looked like an old factory. "Here we are. In a few minutes the supervisor will come and I go back to Kassel. Good luck." Frau Oberin issued me a kind of uniform. She was serious and dignified, but not unfriendly. "You're number 16. You'll sew or embroider it into all your possessions." It had been reported over Moscow radio that in Moringen people were being ill-treated by Dr. Krak, who always came in Nazi uniform, and he said, "Has anyone ever seen me in the Nazi uniform?" And we all said, "No, sir." He said to me, "Well, look, since you are of Jewish birth, you're no breeding stock, and since you're poor, there's really no point in keeping you here just for board and lodging. Now, I can't let you go, but what about us putting it to the Gestapo that you would leave Germany once and for all if we let you go, if they let you go?" And I said, "Oh, no, sir, I couldn't. I only know German, and I've got no training, no education. A bit of painting, that's about all I'm good for." He only said, "Well, go back and think it over." Well, when I got upstairs and I was asked, "What did Doc want?" And I told them what happened. And I said, "No way would I, no way could I accept the proposal." They said, "Ruth, we can't go. You have a chance. The world has to know what's going on. So you have to go on our stay." Let's have it out.